Stand up, New York Mets fans, for better or worse. Today it's the Houston Astros visiting the New York Mets, and I am having some fucking issues with the video screen. Zach Thorne will take them out today for the Mets. He goes up against Ethan Pecco for Houston. Sounds like battery game operation for Houston today. It's 80 degrees and cloudy in Queens. Let's run down the lineup. Jeremy Pena leads off for the Astros, playing short. Yordan Alvarez bats second, playing left. Isaac Paredes DHing, bats third. Cleanup, Jose Altuve at second. Christian Walker at first. Dalton Varsho at center. Yandy Diaz behind the plate. Cam Smith in right. And Nick Allen playing third base. For the Mets, they go DHing. Bichette at third. Jared Young at first. Luis Robert Jr., who's been put on waivers, batting sixth, playing left. AJ Ewing in center, bats seventh. Marcus Semien at second. And Luis Torrens rounds it out behind the plate. I'm more than one way to skin this fucking cat. As much as I don't like doing it this way, but I'm being left with no options. But I'm being left with no options at this point. But this thing is not giving me up. This TV is not giving me any options.
I watch as this world just. But then Trilogy helped me.
When I say it's not giving me much option, I mean it's not giving me a lot of options. Peacock, there we go. I mean, I hate using streaming apps to watch ball games of any kind. Here we go again. Remind me again whose idea was it to move opening day to Wednesday this season? Whose fucking idea was that?
Blue Cross and Blue Shield of North Carolina. Really? That's why we're making healthcare better for all. Yes, you do. We're making plans easier to navigate by putting your benefits, prescriptions, and details all in one place. Convinced? No. But it's a start. We'll take it. Blue Cross North Carolina. Making healthcare better for all. Starting with you. Your things are steps when they stood. Your man's fear. Corey knows he's scared. Hear about all the ways to win early with Bet365. Say what now? Oh, like boosting your account with the early bird special, and you can cash out early before the final numbers played. Nothing ends for hands. This did with early payout. You don't pay me early. Bet365. Ready, set, summer. On the summer from the most fuel-efficient full-line automaker in America. Visit your local Honda dealer today. Stream for free.
You know, maybe David Stearns never should have gotten rid of Pete Alonso, Brent Diaz, and Jeff McNeil. Maybe that has finally come back to bite him. And I mean, sure, he's going to stick around next season, but as only president of baseball operations. The way he fucked this team over this year, the Mets over in 2026, was enough to cause fans to riot and not come to the ballpark for the bulk of the season. That was back in 1986.
Those Mets, the Mets beat up on the Cardinals pretty well that season in their history. Part of that great run for the Mets in 1986, celebrating the anniversary this year. Back to the contemporary current versions of the Astros and Mets. Ashley somebody standing by with Astros first baseman Christian Walker. Seeing the guy for the first time. Yeah, lefty, a lot of stuff coming at me. Strike thrower, but he likes to nibble. I think the name of the game today is when you come to the state, trying to get over not all strengths are created equal, so making sure we're picking the pitches that we want to hit. Thanks so much for luck. Yeah, thank you. Seeing a guy for the first time, one of the keys in the Astros lineup, RCC Sabathia has seen enough of Zach Thornton to come to some conclusions. Since what we expect tonight from the rest of the team. Yeah, Zach is one of the guys. I don't like the radar goes. He uses his cutter, super slider combination. It's push the contact early in the count. They try to get some good contact early in the count. And he uses force it or late the game again when he gets to that second note after the order. So we'll look to see if that trend continues and if we can get those breaks for strikes early in the count. So we'll go to the Astros. Young guys matching up there. 24-year-old starters this afternoon, each selected in the 2023 draft. And here's the lineup the Astros will come and set. Take a look at his 10-game run.
This is his 11th appearance.
In runs per game, OPS. Yet the league of the rest of the pack in the division is only 2 games, and here we go. Ready for this series finale? Rookie left-hander on the mound, and a guy that features a legitimate 7-pitch mix. We'll see how he uses that assortment against a balanced Houston lineup today that is predominantly right-handed. So try to get that platoon split advantage.
First pitch is in for a strike, 0-1. One one.
Houston has really handled the Mets over the last number of years.
This is crushed to left center field and gone. This is why you don't let a small market shitbag like David Stearns run who gets to come and who gets to stay on the team. 1-0 Houston right out of the gate. This is why you just don't fucking do it. You don't let small market minds run big market operations. High fastball when it should have gone lower. Alvarez takes strike 1-1, 0-2. Fouled off. We'll do it again. Got him swinging. Nice rebound. First pitch is fouled off, 0-1. And this is why I hate Met games on NBC because of where I'm stationed in the house and me constantly. Paredes goes down swinging. Now it's Altuve's up, and he takes strike 1 on a sweeper. An NBA game that's exclusive to Peacock. I don't like fucking using streaming apps to do game calls because they're all, corporate exclusive game apps to do play calls because there's always going to be at least 2 minutes off pace from the actual television broadcast. Over the middle, strike 2. I fucking hate doing them that way. Tuve line drive to center, base hit. Ewing will throw it in. So 1 on, 2 out now for Houston. First pitch is a cut fastball called strike 0-1. Sometimes I'll try sticking tinfoil over the wrap, over the spot. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it fucking doesn't. And the Mets get out of it. 1 run, 2 hits, no, 1 stranded. Mets coming up, down 1-0.
There it is, a new model. So sleek. I want it. That's a game day machine right there. AT&T, they guarantee the network behind it, so if there's an outage, they credit your bill. Yeah, I saw that. Did you guys see the post? Not AT&T. So, no hiding behind. Everyone does it.
Now you see my problem. Okay, you don't see my problem. Release off of the max. Sorry about that. And Lindor hits a solo shot to tie the game. Hello, Ronald Duffney. And Soto cracks one to go back to back. So I got to do this fucker twice. Okay, Lindor's first.
And Soto gets up to run a deep center track near the wall. And it's out of here. Tywin ahead 0-2. And he flies one out to right field. Back goes Tucker to the warning track. Back in the fence. It's out of here. 1-2 Alonso. And he lifts one out to right field. Chasing Rodin back to the warning track. And it's out of here. Pete Alonso goes the other way.
And now Soto's shot. And Bichette gets a base hit. Sorry, I'm trying to make up for lost time here, folks.
And Soto gets up to run a deep center track near the wall. And it's out of here. Tywin ahead 0-2. And he flies one out to right field. Back goes Tucker to the warning track. Back in the fence. It's out of here. 1-2 Alonso. And he lifts one out to right field. Chasing Rodin back to the warning track. And it's out of here. Pete Alonso goes the other way.
Benj lines that one foul, 0-1. For Ethan Pecco, this is his 5th appearance. And this is his 3rd start. Not one of the best. 1-1. Lindor hit his to right. Soto hit his to left. Two and one. Two one pitch to Benj. Grounder. Only plays to first, and they'll get Benj. One down. And Altuve scoops it up. His only play was to first. One down. 1-1. Going 2. Back-to-back sweepers put Young behind the 8 ball. Upstairs, 2-2. Another sweeper this time. Young doesn't bite. Full count. Payoff pitch. And Young goes down swinging to what? What do you chase? Heinen cutter. Can't blame him for chasing. Even if he didn't chase, that still would have been strike 3 on an ABS appeal. Luis Robert Jr. takes a cut and misses strike 1 and a sweeper. Deals. Chases a sinker, strike 2 that comes in on him. Fouled off on the sweeper. 0-2. We'll do it again. One, two. Outside 2-2. And on a 2-2, Robert chases one upstairs and out. Strike 3. And the Met threat's done. But they double up on what Houston was able to do to them in the top half of the first. On 3 hits and stranding one batter. 1 inning complete. 2-1 Mets. Maybe I should have just done Reds and Cubs later tonight. Varsho leads off for the Astros. Thorne sets. Kick, steals. Fastball over the middle, high, strike one. High in, strike one. Fly ball to left. Ewing looked like he was going to get it, but Robert cut him off and made the catch himself, so one away. Strike one to Diaz. And Diaz gets plunked in the gut. Or barely nicks the guard. Fastball over the middle to Smith, and he doesn't bite on it. 0-1. What's on here, Diaz? Excuse me, princess. Sweeper low and away. Ball 1-1. Ball 2. Three and one. Thorne's behind the batter now after getting the first out. Smith gets a good bit of that one, but it's going to go foul, so it's a full count. Payoff pitch. Fouled off. We'll do it again. Foul off again. And Line drive to center. Ewing 100. He'll make the catch. 2 down. For those wondering why I'm having such a tough time trying to call this game, well, think of how well I did last night with the Yankees-Red Sox. And think of where I'm living. A basement apartment in a house that my mother bought in 2019. The Fox network comes in pretty crystal clear. Clear in this house. But NBC is very hit or miss. Ground ball by Allen, scooped up, but not in time to get the out. It's going to be an infield hit unless the Mets want to look at this. Oh, it's a drag bunt. And Semien was nowhere near close to getting that. Pena's up next. Remember, he opened the scoring for both sides when he hit that solo to start the game. Fouls the sweeper off behind the seats near the Astro dugout, 0-1. I mean, if I choose to do Reds and Cubs later tonight, maybe things will be a little better due to lack of humidity interference. I don't know. That was a home run that broke the ice early. 0-1 pitch. Upstairs, 1-1. Ball 2 is that one nearly clipped him, and Thornton is pitching himself into trouble. Got 2 long drive outfield outs, hit a batter, and he's given up an infield hit. And he's really behind Pena now with a count of 3-1 as he goes too low. Middle low. 3-2 pitch over the middle low, but this time it's in the zone. Full count. So, runners will be in position to move if they so wish. Though with Diaz, I don't expect him to take off. Thornton sets, kicks, deals. Or not. Timeout called by Pena. Batter timeout used up by Pena. Payoff pitch. In the left center field, base hit, tie game. And Diaz comes home easily, tie game. Smith goes to third. And now Torrens will go to the mound to try to calm Thornton down. Try to calm down Thornton. This is not Robert Stock on the mound today. I mean, personally, after what happened with the Mets at the start of this year, Carlos Mendoza deserved to be put 6 feet deep as opposed to be given a pink slip. Hell, he should have been fired last year, but instead of owning up to the mistake and taking someone who wouldn't burn the bullpen out Stearns doubled down on bringing Mendoza back. And why? For the first part of the season. And why? Because he needed one thing to deflect the blame from himself after the disasters with Nimmo McNeil getting traded and Diaz and Alonso walking out because he wasn't willing to pay the former and he didn't even want to talk with the latter. He needed a shield to deflect blame, but people were going around that shield and casting it on him, and justifiably so. We knew Mendoza was a fucking pussy who didn't trust his starting rotation, would constantly pull him out after 5 innings at most, and grind the bullpen into the ground. Adam Ottavino said there were no bullpen injuries until Carlos Mendoza came along. And last year and into this year was where the bulk of them came about. Fly ball, Alvarez to deep left center. Ewing under it, makes the catch, but 1 run, 2 hits, and 2 stranded for Houston tie the game. Tie the game for the Stros. Tie the game at 2 for Houston. Wait, is that? Oh, that's Steven Bourne. I thought that was A.R. Fox. Oh, it's Sting is there. Which shows not only is David Stearns a selfish, self-righteous scumbag, but it also shows that Carlos Mendoza was a complete and utter idiot. He was a complete and utter idiot. And once again, next year we're making the same mistake. Now look, I get Carlos Beltran is a beloved Met. Fine. But he's also a Yankee holdover. I am sick of putting people in that dugout to run this team that are fucking Yankee holdovers. This would be the 4th fucking one. No more. After Beltran, you go outside of New York City to find a fucking man for that dugout. What do you have to do to get that message across to these two cockwaddles? Put a gun to their fucking heads and tell them get nobody from that has time with the New York Yankees on their fucking track records. No more. Because they're good first year, but every year after that, they're shit. At this point, you may have to put the gun at the heads of those managers for being brain dead fucks. The owner and the GM. AJ Ewing leading off for the Mets here in the second. He takes one outside, ball 1. Ewing has tapered off badly in the last few weeks. Fly ball to left. Alvarez backs up and he'll make the catch. 1 down. If Semien had played that bunt single a lot more carefully, maybe it would still be 2-1 Mets. Strike 1. One on the sweeper. Two one. Three, 2-2. And it's a full count. And Simeon, being the dumb fucker, swings and misses. Throw in the fact that the hitting coach this year has no fucking clue on how to deal with plate discipline instead of tactical plate tunnel vision. That's a pitch you do not fucking swing at. Durant takes ball one, low and away. One. Foul off, 1-2. Kick and deal, fly ball to right center, Smith under it. He'll make the catch, inning over. Clean inning for Pecco. Let's see if that dumb fucker Thornton can get the same. 2-2 through 2. Ow.
Discuss how healthcare costs. Whether it's something planned or unexpected.
I am so glad I'm not going out to eat for dinner tonight. Because even if I wanted to, where was I going to go? One of the reasons I hate doing these early games is my watch. Nobody says anything! This is a frustration that's in baseball. God, why do you put these dimwits in the dugout? And Carlos Mendoza, David Stearns, they are a cancer that need to be destroyed from this franchise. I got mine next Tuesday. Perez takes ball one upstairs from Thornton. That is whacked down the left field line, but it's going to hook foul. 1-1. Two and 1. Two is fouled off for the face mask of the ump. Or 1-2-1, I should say. Foul off. And there goes the fucking signal again. Foul off again. And Thorne's getting dangerously close to a line that he doesn't want to go to. Staying. Paredes calls his batter's timeout. 2-2 pitch. Upstairs again, and this is where Thornton has gotten himself in trouble with his inability to pitch clean innings. And what I mean by clean innings, I mean no runners on base, no hits coughed up, no runs given up. Socks it to left, but it's playable for Robert at the edge of the warning track, and he'll make the catch. 1 down. Here's Altuve. Mets and Yankees fans alike hate this bastard. More so Yankee fans, but you can understand why. Swung and missed, strike 1. Or fouled off anyway. Foul off down the left field line again. Oh, 2 pitch. Thorne kick, steal, swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 down. Got him with the cut fastball. Altuve just a little late on the draw. And he swung under it, too. Ball 1. That's fouled off. 1-1. Two and 1. Pitchcom issue. Three and one. And again, Thornton can't get a clean inning as he gives up a base hit. Seriously, if this little bozo is going to be in the rotation next year, I don't want him. You go into the offseason and you find good starting pitching next season. Something you're willing to burn money on, not bullshit Sternsian pet projects. Never again on that shit. Ball one. Never again on these pet project, cost-efficient bullshit. This cost-efficient pet project bullshit. Stearns deserves his neck in a hangman's noose for that. Grounder foul, 1-1 on my VAR show. The VAR show. One. Little inside out swing. And Bichette will catch on the pop out to end the inning. So Thornton gives up a hit, but he doesn't give up anything else. Still 2-2 through 2.5. Now we're doing this. Pitch to score. 2-1. Lifted to left, but this one's going to stay in the yard. Alvarez under it, and he'll make the catch. 1 down. Too much of a hang on that hit. So up next. First pitch over the middle, strike 1. Because a sweeper, 0-2. Low and away, ball 1. So fouls that one off. We'll do 1 and 2 again. Two and 2. Soto hits one deep left center. Off the end of the bat, Alvarez near the edge of the track. He'll make the catch. 2 down. Strike 1 to Bichette. Bichette single in the first, and he got left on second throughout the rest of the inning. Upstairs, 1-1. Rip down the right field line, but that's going to hook foul. 1 and 2. Two and 2. Honestly, since I chewed into some of those bones, I might as well chuck them. I'll leave the ribs for Mom. Two, just missed full count. Little dribbler to Altuve, inning over. And the Mets have now had 9 in a row retired. And Petco has retired 9 Mets in a row now since giving up hits to the first 3 he faced. 3 innings complete, 2 each. Now can Zach Thornton find some fucking consistency on the mound because he hasn't shown the ability to do so far? Let's find out. Who is Casca? Who's Huey Green? Fourth inning will be led off by Diaz, then Smith, and then Allen. First pitch is popped foul and going out of play, 0-1. Yanner was hit in the second by a pitch, and then he scored. One and one. Up the middle, scooped up by Simeon, throw to first, got him, 1 down. Fouled off. First pitch is fouled off by Smith, 0-1. On a check swing. Jordan kicks and deals. Upstairs, one too far out, 1-1. Fouled off, 1-2 on the cut. That one's locked, but it's fouled off the second deck. 2-2. You foul off again, we'll do it again. Foul up again. And another foul ball. Smith is fighting. Ball 2. Full count. Fouled again. Line drive to left. Robert under it. He'll make the catch. 2 down. Ball 1 to Allen. One was fouled down the third baseline. Two on pitch. Left field, fair ball into the corner, and yet again, the inability of Zach Thornton to get a clean 1-2-3 fucks over the Mets. 2-out double. Here comes the one piece of shit that hasn't been able to get out yet. Fouled off. Chopper to Lindor. He's going to have to fire it fast. Got him. Inning over. One hit again for Houston, but can the Mets get something with some plate discipline? I.e., get a fucking hit? Tied at 2 through 3.5.
We do that, and that's why you don't have insurance. Serious play requires serious hydration. But intense hydration can be fun. You have free sun hydration with essential electrolytes and 50% less sugar than leading
COPD is an ugly reality. I watch as this world just keeps getting smaller. But then, Trelegy helped us see things a little differently. With 3 medicines and 1 inhaler, Trelegy keeps airways open for a full 24 hours and prevents future flare-ups. Once daily Trelegy also improves lung function, so he can breathe more freely all day and night.
Trelegy will replace a rescue inhaler for sudden breathing problems. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking it. Do not take Trelegy more than prescribed. Trelegy may increase your risk of thrush, pneumonia, and osteoporosis. Call your doctor for some breathing, chest pain, mouth or tongue swelling, problems urinating, vision changes, or eye pain occur.
Ask your doctor about once daily Trelegy for COPD, because breathing should be beautiful all day and night.
Well, in a season for the Mets that has fallen short of expectations, there have been some really bright developments, notably
Namely, Carson Bench.
Carson Bench, who is enjoying a fine rookie campaign. Very hot since the All-Star break, great overall numbers.
For rookies, anyway. First pitch. Bench takes a big cut and misses 0-1. Fouled off 0-2.
Numbers, as we mentioned. As for power runs, throws, 103.9 put out at the plate this year earlier.
1-2.
When the plate was a hitter on the same team, they kind of traded roles once they got to the big leagues. Oklahoma State Cowboy connection here with the Mets. 2 pitches fouled away.
Fouled off. Two and two.
Carson cutting his down. Nolan still got some flow though. And let the beard go. Now he's got the Sam Elliott mustache. He's not losing that. He's been good ever since he shaved the beard off. 2-2 pitch.
Bench hits this one. Is it going to drop? Is it going to drop? Is it going to drop? No, it's not. It's going to get caught in right field. 1 down.
Might not give you the
Ball one up and away. Way to Jared. Or up and in. Strike one. I'm surprised no one's gone ABS challenging yet. That one looked like ball two to me. One and two as he chased the sweeper. Young's not good at off-speed hitting. And he goes down on a foul tip. 2 down. It's Robert Jr. up next. And it's a pop-up to end the inning. Fly ball to center. Varsho under it. Catch made. Inning over. And again, the Mets showing no fucking discipline at the goddamn plate since inning number 1. I feel like I'm getting flashbacks to the 9-11 game against Philadelphia last year, where after getting 4 of the first 5 men across the plate, they fell asleep at the wheel and did nothing all the rest of the game, where I wanted to murder Carlos Mendoza for his incompetence. Because they're not committing to plate discipline. Brian Snitker's son is a joke of a hitting coach. Here, Michael Oku. Ball on to Alvarez. And Benj will make Ewing will make the catch in right center, 1 down. Strike 1. And then when you consider that instead of owning up to his crimes, Mendoza and Stearns doubled down on their stupidity in the early season. It was at that point when 6 errors against Chicago, Steve Cohen said, enough is enough. You're losing your shield, Stearns. Foul down the third base line. 1-2. And could I blame Cohen for finally firing Mendoza? No. Should he have done it sooner? Yes. Would the Mets still be in this hole? Perhaps. Even if they had fired Mendoza sooner, perhaps. One, two is fouled off. And we'll do it again. And again, it's fouled off. 2-2. I mean, to Paredes, Pardeas, or however the fuck you pronounce it. 1-2. Got him swinging. 2 down. Altuve's up next. This will probably be the final inning of the game for Thornton, seeing as how his pitch count's over 90, and we're not even through 5 innings. Ball 1. Again, I blame this on his inability to get clean 1, 2, 3 fucking innings because of how stupid he is. 2-0. Two and 1 is that one catches the outside edge. And for those wondering why I'm willing to curse this team out for their incompetence, it's just how I've been since last season, the end of last year, 3-1. This Met team has been atrocious the last year plus because of incompetent managers who waste the bullpen, who burn up the bullpen to the point where players get injured, a self-indulgent skinflint of a GM who's going to get demoted back to a Pobo when this season's over. Although he should have had his neck in a hangman's noose when last season ended. And we hired someone who would have been able to keep Diaz and Alonso around. Sweeper, swing and miss, strike 3. Thornton, in his last inning of the game, finally gets a clean 1, 2, 3. Tied at 2 through 4.5. Getting back on topic. When I say that David Stearns is self-indulgent, I mean he is self-indulgent. His self-indulgence is centered around penny pinching, skinflinting, and overkill purchasing pieces that could be pet project experimentations. Sometimes they'll succeed, but more often than not, they're going to fucking fail. Look at what happened with Luis Robert Jr. Look at what's happened with Jorge Polanco, Freddie Peralta. All fucking failures. And he never held himself accountable for any of those double downs of those mistakes. Next season, the Mets need, if we even get a 2027 season, the Mets need to fucking work it out. Better timeout by AJ Ewing. First pitch is a called strike in on the hands. 0-1. Cut fastball outside 1-1, though I think we could get an ABS on this. No, we don't. Cut fastball outside 2-1. Curveball up and away 3-1. Low and away, ball 4. Low and in, ball 4, and Ewing walks. First base runner for the Mets since the first inning, since Bichette in the first. Simeon trying to bunt Ewing over, but it go on a drag bunt, but it goes foul. 0-1. I mean, I get the play, but still. Marcus fouls that one back. 0-2. Way outside, 1-2. Goes to the backs. No, it doesn't. Never mind. Ewing doesn't take off. My bad. 1-2 pitch. Pecco's going to try to pick him off, and he can't. That's one disengagement. Ball 2 upstairs. That one goes upstairs. And now Pecco is missing a lot of his missing with his pitchers. And that one actually gets away. Throw to second over the head and gets away. Ewing will go to third, and the Mets now have the runner in scoring position with nobody out. If Simeon wants to get hit in the outfield, the Mets can retake the lead on a sac fly. Emphasis on if he wants to. But instead, he's going to get walked, so runners in the corners and nobody out. I mean, it's a damn if you do, damn if you don't situation on sending Ewing in this situation, in this spot. On the one hand, unless you can get the ground ball towards the middle of the field, you're not going to be able to get Ewing home. And even with this speed, even if he tries to take off on a soft grounder, they're just going to throw him out. Runners at the corners now, nobody out for the Mets, and it'll be Luis Terenza as will go to the mound to try to calm Pecco down. And to calm down Pecco. Ow. Anything into the outfield will get Ewing home. Anything into the outfield by Terenza would get Ewing home. Anything towards the middle of the field would get him home. Terenza's been one of the better hitters for the Mets in terms of RISP situations. Lead up first pitch is chopped foul off the plate, 0-1. Pickoff attempt at first. Simeon makes it back safely. So that's disengagement 1 on this at bat. Terenza hits a high sinker. And it's going to hook foul into the right field seats. 0-2. Ball 1 as that goes into the dirt away. As Terenza lays off it, 1-2. Sweeper away again. Maybe they want to load the bat. Maybe Houston wants the bags loaded so they can get the easy out the play if it doesn't leave the infield. I don't know. Two on the way. Here it comes. Ground ball. Double play. It's a 6-4-3 double play, but the run scores. No RBI for Terenza, but he does get Ewing home. It's 3, and the Mets retake the lead. It's now 3-2. Well, I did say it would have to come towards the middle of the infield, and it kind of did. It was in a position where Pena wasn't going to be able to throw it directly to the plate. His best options, go for the 6-4-3. Did just that. Terenza does not get an RBI, but he does give the Mets the lead as a trade-off. So I don't blame the Astros for taking the sacrifice the run to get 2 outs situation. 2-0 to Lindor on a sweeper in. On a sweeper in on his legs. Kicks and deals, swings and misses, and overswings on a slider, 2-1. Lindor will burn his batter's timeout. Ground ball scooped up by Altuve. He'll throw to Walker, inning over, but not before the Mets retake the lead. No, 1 run, no hits, 1 error, and nobody left. We're through 5 at Citi Field. It's the Mets 3, the Astros 2. Walker, Varsho, and White due up for Houston. And it'll be Jonathan Pintaro to pinch for the Mets, beginning the 6th. So Thornton's day is done. He gives up 5 runs. He goes 5 innings, giving up 2 runs, 6 hits, no walks, and 1 hit batter and 5 strikeouts. Meaning collects 5 strikeouts on the day. All of them near the top of the order. His strikeouts, I mean. Now, to be fair, Thornton doesn't deserve to go more than 5 innings until he understands the concept of pitch command. I don't care for ATT, to be honest, man. This is the 14th appearance for Pintaro. And he goes upstairs and misses ball 1. One and two as he swings and misses. Walker will burn his batter's timeout. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Got him looking, 1 down. No challenge there for Christian Walker. It's right over the plate. Here's Diaz, who's been plunked. He scored a run. Or Varsho fouled off. Excuse me. Diaz is up due on deck, and then It goes back to Pena, who waits in the foxhole. I mean, who's waiting in the foxhole? If you doesn't know what the foxhole is, that means the little hole on the steps in the on deck before the on deck circle. 1-on-1. Well, it's what I call that spot, the foxhole. Varsho pops it up. Shallow left. Lindor will make the catch. Rhino Tino's next stop is, well, the temporary ace team for at least one more year, which is actually a minor league farm home for the San Francisco Giants. Swing and a miss. Did Adrian help part the hole? The next man he had. What he can. So what's the hit? Well, originally this team was a Philly farm Philly called the Fremont Bulls running down. Then the Earnhardt Racing family bought the team and renamed the Kannapolis and Timothy. And ownership switched from affiliation switched from the Phillies to the White Sox. Chicago? You wouldn't believe how deep Chicago White Sox minor league farm affiliation footholds are. There's the Charlotte Knights who have driven the right field, and that's going to drop for a hit. Into the corner, Diaz will round second and stop there. Round first and stop at second with a double to put the tying run at the bring Jeremy Pena up as the put the tying run in scoring position, and Jeremy Pena up as the possible go-ahead run. It's double number 11 on the year for Diaz. And I've lost the TV signal again. Torrance goes out to the mound to try to calm Pintaro down. First pitch is over the middle and high, strike one. High in on. Oh, Wade Jr. is coming to pitch hit for Smith. I forgot. Diaz was seventh in the order. Was number 7 in the lineup. So Lamont Wade Jr. has come on to pinch hit for Houston. This one is driven deep right field, back track wall, gone. Astros take the lead. We retake the lead. It's now 4-3 Houston. Fuck you, Andy Green. And this is why this team needs a hit. Fuck you to death. Whatever the name of Brian Snitker's son is. And this is why this team needs a hitting coach who understands fucking plate discipline. Into the Coca-Cola corner, that one went. And off the facing of the Coca-Cola corner, ball one. The sooner this season ends, the sooner we can demote David Stearns back to Pobo. The sooner we can actually find a GM who is willing to spend some fucking money on some big names. And I put emphasis on spend. Allen gets a single in the center for a base hit, so it's 3 hits in a row given up by Met pitching. And by Pintado. Pena's up next. And Justin Willard now comes out to try to calm Pintaro down. We find a hitting coach who understands plate discipline. We find a manager who is not a fucking Yankee, who is not a fucking member of the New York Yankees at one point or another. And that's what a lot of people forget about Beltran, even if he takes up the job next year. He was a fucking Yankee. I don't want a 4th year in a row where it's a fucking Yankee holdover in that dugout for the Mets. And 4th managerial shift in a row where it's a fucking Yankee holdover. What do you have to do? Hold this ownership to the barrel of a gun and tell them, find someone outside of New York. No more Met legacy members of Met legacy, and no more Yankee holdovers to manage this fucking team. Because that's what's gotten this team in trouble the whole fucking decade. Swing and a miss by Pena, strike 1. Big cut and miss, 0-2. Pena fouls that one off, 0-2. We'll do it again. Pintaro sets, kicks, deals, got Pena's swing, but not before he coughed up 2 runs on 3 hits. And Houston was able to get the lead back. 5.5 innings complete. Astros 4, Mets 3. Can we please get a fucking hit, Mets? Bill can't escape here.
That changes everything. Universal Orlando Resort. One side face on your chest. Cover your backs, did my best.
Your friend, told to protect or get
But with Manscaped, I met my demise when you chop me from between your thighs. In that awkward part of your thighs. Although you may be small, we won't forget your face, your chest, and Manscaped. MLB on NBC is brought to you by Bank of America. What would you like the power to do? And by Progressive Insurance, a grand slam for your budgets. Some of the names and faces of players who've worn both uniforms over the years and players that
Nolan Ryan, Jeff Kent,
1986 NLDS series eventually claimed by the Mets.
Juan Soto. And AJ Bluebot takes over for Houston. And he throws strike one to Juan Soto. One and one. Soto hit one in the left center. They put the Mets up 2-1 briefly. 1-1 pitch. 2-1. Strike two. Wait, and Pintaro, on the other hand, is in line for the loss as the scapegoat. Lamont Wade moves into right field, replacing Allen. Replacing Smith. The 2-2 to Soto. And he goes down chasing a high fastball. Juan swung under it. Here's Carson Bench. And here's Bo Bichette. The last meant to have a hit in this fucking game. Base hit in the left field. That's going into the corner. Bichette's going to make it for two. And he'll hold up with a one-out double. Bench goes around, strike one. One and one.
Against the fastball. That's a top 10 ranking across Major League Baseball.
One pitch. Outside, 2-1 to Bench. Bringing ball chased and missed. 2-2. And Bench knew he screwed up on that one. Bench calls his uses his batter's timeout. 2-2 is fouled off, and we'll do it again. Here's the 2-2. Fouled it off again. Jam shot. Altuve will have to scoop it up, get it and fast. He does. Bichette moves to third, but now the Mets are under the gun. Jared Young's up next. He has struck out twice. Bichette moves to third. Don't jinx it, dude. First pitch is fouled off to the left, 0-1.
Preserve the one-run lead delivered by the pinch hit homer by Monway Jr. last inning. 1 strike.
One pitch. Bounce to Walker. He'll take it himself. Inning over. Mets get a hit, but they can't get the tying run home. 6 innings complete. 4-3 Houston. Whoever the Mets get as their new manager, they better know how to kill the Astros when we face them next season. If there even is a next season, to be honest. Because I'm sick of losing out this series every fucking year because of managerial incompetence. Because of bullshit bullpen gambling.
You get the more of the good stuff. Enjoy summer in a new Chevy with 0% financing on all 2026 Silverado 1500 models. Or get $6,000 total cash allowance on this Silverado. Plus, get an additional $1,000 when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
Get special offers on select Lexus models.
And Jeffrey Yan will now come on to pitch the 7th for the Mets. Jeffrey Yan comes on to pitch the 7th for the Mets. Interesting.
We can't wait to watch Jeffrey Young. excited about this. I've been waiting all series to see this guy in person. Here we go. Rookie lefty on to work the seventh.
First pitch, and Diaz takes a big cut and misses at the slider, 0-1.
Is that he is the most animated pitcher in our sport. A guy who's been around a long time, worked really hard to get to the major league level. His theatrics are the stuff of bygone era.
Fouled off, 0-2.
Mark Fidrich. And then you're not even close.
B-trigger. Fouled off.
Get ready for your meetings. Something you deserve to celebrate a little bit, right? Absolutely. I love how he's out of the stretch, but into the windup, and he's haven't said, and then he goes to the windup, right? Yeah.
0-2 is grounded short. Bichette will grab it. Fling the first, one down.
Just a little tiny glimpse of what you might get to see. Electric slide, little James Brown.
Ball one to Paredes. Paredes.
He's been in the air watching balls go by. Early jumper. Something fitting that the ribbon boards here have a sign up that says a five like no other.
Ball two, as he does not go around. And another sinker. This one goes too high and in, far in, 3-0. And Paredes walks. I'm going to take 30 Stormbreakers to put Will down. Put Kenny down. Is this going to do it? 1-1. It does. One, two. No, it's not. Jan deflected, and he won't have any way to play this one. Infield hit for Altuve.
pressure here, though. If he makes this play, I wanted to see that finish.
In all honesty, would have been better off he just let that one slip through and get the force out at second. Ball one. Two and 0. And Walker gets plunked to load the bags.
Just needs to kind of take a deep breath, concentrate back on what he's been able to do. He's put himself in some jams already this season, been able to work out of them. See if we can do it again.
Warren's up in the bullpen for the Mets.
Warren's up in the bullpen. Get the out at first, third, but the ball gets away, and that's going to bring home 2. And it's now 6-3 Houston. And Aaron throw by Young. Altuve will go to third. 6-3 Houston on a 2-run error. It was a fair ball. Oh, Varsho. This is where pitcher gambling bites you in the fucking ass in baseball. Personally, it would have been a lot more tolerable if Young just stepped on the bag and held onto the ball. With the way he angled the throw, there was no way he was going to get the out at home anyhow. Foul off again. Pop foul. We'll do it again. God, this team is reminding me of the 03 core. And that team played one last game that year due to a power blackout in the Northeast that year. Gets a strikeout, but not before 2 runs come across on 2 walks, a hit, an infield hit, a hit batter, an infield hit, a walk, and a throwing error. Time to stretch at Citi Field. Astros lead 6-3. And this has been one of the reasons I've been so reluctant to call ball this year. Because I know how bad the Mets fucking suck. Okay, at least that's fixed. It'll be Robert, Ewing, and Simeon due up. Later tonight, it's the Reds against the Cubs. Reds are well out of the playoff hunt. Cubs well in position with the top wild card spot in hand. Comfortably with the top wild card spot in hand. It'll be Chase Burns. $32,612, I think, in the attendance today at MetLife, at Citi Field. Blue Ball back on the mound for Houston. He's their big clutch middle relief pitcher. He'll face near the bottom of the Met order. Yeah, Carson Bench, Nolan McLean, J.J. Weatherholt, although Weatherholt's now out of commission. First pitch, sweeper over the middle, and Robert doesn't bother to chase it. 0-1. 2-0, 1-1. Mets got that breathing room yesterday with 2 in the 8th to win it 6-2 over Houston. Fouled off, 1-2. Got him. Chases yet another fucking high and out. At this point, you can tell Robert's been phoning it in since he's on waivers. Since the Mets slapped him on waivers. Just to get rid of another piece of crap that criminal David Stearns signed because he thought he'd be a better position player. Go fuck yourself, Stearns. You are so lucky I can't drive a crowbar into your skull right now for how badly this team has done this year. Fouled off by A.J. Ewing. You are so lucky I am not going to bother to fly my ass all the way up to New York City, arm myself with a crowbar, beat the living shit out of you, and then jam it in your skull with my bare hands, and beat the living shit out of you beat the living shit out of you with my bare hands, and jam the crowbar in your skull. And then use Uncle Stevie, make myself the GM, and use Uncle Stevie's money to offer a $300 million contract to Alonso just to get him back from Baltimore. Two and two. Two pitches, a ground ball up the middle. Pena scoops it up, and Ewing's out by 2 steps. Broke the bat. 2. Strike 1. Strike 2. One and two. Ground ball to third, scooped up, inning over. Mets down in order again. 6-3 Houston through 7. I I'm so glad I've only got one more game with this fucking team this season. I'm so glad I've only got one more. Excuse me. Sorry about that. My mom needed to find something that I couldn't find for her. In any case, fly ball to left, caught by Robert, 2 down. We look at the wild card standings in the American League playoff standings. The Rays, top dogs. Then you got the White Sox and the Astros hanging on for dear life. Then you got the Yankees, the Red Sox, and the Guardians in the wild card slots. Austin Warren now on pitch the top of the 8th for the Mets. You got Lamont to strike out, Allen to fly out, and Pena fly ball line drive to center. Ewing dives and makes a catch to end the inning. Clean inning for Ewing and for the Mets, but time is running out in this game. We go to the 8th, bottom of the 8th, 7.5 complete, 6-3 Houston. Houston still leads 6-3. And this Met team has not woken up at the fucking plate. Only 4 hits, one of their last 22 at bat for their last 22 at the plate. How about giving me a new managerial core rebuilt from scratch? Because this one is a fuck coaching staff for the Mets in 27. Because this one was a fucking failure. I mean, even if you do keep most of this core together this coaching core together next season for Carlos Beltran, next year for Carlos Beltran, now what does she want? Bafe strikes out. And Lindor fouls one off. 0-1. Up the Mills, cooped up by Pena, 2 down. Strike one to Soto. Bounce in the dirt, 1-1. One and two. That's a clean pit. That barely gets the zone. It's going to be confirmed. Mets lose an ADS. I mean, they got none left to lose, and they held on to it for too long anyway at this point. The dirt, 2-2. Full count. Well, again, when you consider you had a brain-dead idiot named Carlos Mendoza managing the first half of the year, what do you fucking expect, Matt Vasgersian? And Soto's going to get walked. So his run on the base path doesn't matter. That one almost hit Bichette. Ball 1. Strike one. Two one. Three and one as Stephen O'Kirk warms up in the pad. And instead of just laying off, Bichette doubles down and chases full count. Payoff is low, doesn't go, ball four.
We know if you grill with charcoal, gas, pellet, or grill, we've got the perfect grill for you. Because only your local Ace has all the best brands in one place, like Weber, Big Green Egg, Traeger, and Blackstone. With free assembly and delivery of your new grill, along with all the sauces, rubs, and grilling extras, you'll have everything you need for your perfect barbecue. That sounds pretty perfect. Around the block, with anything stuff, we service so good it's guaranteed. Ace is the place for the helpful hardware, folks. What would you like to taste today?
Was
2 years ago, John almost signed son up for baseball. That's what the way to that can do. We call it relief. Combine this as a monthly payment. NBA Houston Knights on left hand. It's been very good. It's because I've been most impressed with him. As he hangs in there really well, not afraid to get jammed so he can sit and try to control that breaking ball.
Ball two. Almost hit bench. Ball three as the cloud cover starts to come in. Might be getting ready to rain in New York. At least the Mets are heading out of town this week, if this be the case. Strike one. Kurt's back in the count. 3 balls and a strike. Fouled off. Bench could have just let that one go, and he would have had the bags loaded for Young. I want to play smart ball, not hero ball in this case. Payoff on the way. Kurt sets, kicks, deals, and it's popped up. And Altuve will catch it to end the inning. This game has been bullshit. Only one fucking hit after the first inning by the Mets. Just one fucking hit! It'll be Chris Davinsky, who was called up this weekend to coming on to replace Warren for the 9th. Alvarez will catch, like I guessed.
Series and All-Star year. Change-up specialist down to work the top of the 9th inning. They're trying to keep it a 3-run deficit for New York. Yordan Alvarez has been contained so far this afternoon for his first 3. You can sit change-up, you know it's coming. He throws it over 45% of the time, and still he can be tough to hit. It's kind of a magic ball.
1-2-1.
The Astros was the change of depth because when he gets swings and misses guys out front, you got to be careful with Yordan. He has a tendency to match change-ups in the zone. 3 balls and a strike.
Fouled off. Full count.
says stay in the box.
And the other way, caught by Robert, 1 down.
Astros trying to bounce back after winning a losing game to the series yesterday, beg your pardon. They've been very good following the loss this year. They're at 38-29, coming off a losing effort, and that parade's with 1 gone.
One 0. Pop fly, foul ground. Who's going to get it? Young. Just before it goes into the seats. 2 down. All on. Two 0 pitch. Two 1. Bouncer to Lindor. He'll fling it over the first, inning over. Last chance for the Mets. It's going to be Young. Robert and Ewing to try and do fucking something. The Mets have only won twice when trailing after 8 or later all fucking season.
For Jim, life's big moments happen in seconds. Like falling in love with Amy in as little as 2 seconds. Proposing to her in 78 seconds. Then Jim had the hardest conversation for more than 100 seconds when he learned that he had cancer. Because life's big moments add up in seconds, Jim and his doctor chose a Evoq bag for its administration time and injectable immunotherapy given in as little as 180 seconds. Make it alone or go. For many other cancers, a Evoq bag.
Tie at 3, I guess, and then the Rays got the win.